2TC is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a CHIMPS game with just 2 towers. In this video we're going to be doing this with the Archmage paired with Wall of Fire and Special Poperations. Why middle path over bottom path? Well, leads. That's all there is to it really, leads. We're going to get Fireball to have another means of attack, and then where we're going to go from there next is either Guided Magic next when we get the money, or wait until we get Wall of Fire. Now, in the beginning phase of this game, we're only going to get a 1-2-0 wizard, because then the rest of our money is going to go for the Special Poperations, so we can get the Special Monkey Marine, which has a machine gun that can pop lead balloons, including the camo leads for round 59. We have placed the wizard on last, but I don't think that is going to help us. I keep making these negativity claims, and they all come to pass. There's something which I can prevail through. Stop it, flare balloons, until it is done. Blue balloons await. Keep the wizard on last so that we're always firing down this way, but the fireball up until now was good. Now the Wall of Fire takes the cake. Guided magic please, so that the Wall of Fire can last longer, and also we can change where the Wall of Fire is summoning. I chose to spawn scrapyards because the balloons will be around this area 3 times within their descent to the exit of the map here, so for 3 different approaches to the Wall of Fire, I think that's a good spot to have it for the time being. We will eventually have it on the box over here thanks to the support Chinook's ability to move towers about, or most towers. It can't exactly pick up a vengeful True Sun God or the True Sun God, let's just say that. Pink balloons, no issue whatsoever. Usually they are an issue, but Wall of Fire takes the cake on its demise. Although we will have issues with pink balloons later, don't you worry. Let's get our helicopter up and running. And there is IFR. We're going to get quad darts. I would normally want to get the bottom cross path, but when it comes to dealing with camo balloons, just with a helicopter solo for the, well, up until the mid rounds, because Archmage can decamouflage balloons when we go near it, we're going to need all of the heli firepower that we can get against camo balloons so that we can deal with all of them. I honestly don't see the bottom cross path as being viable whatsoever. And I think it's optional if you can get pursuit or not, but I think mainly you want to have control of the heli so that you can position where the marine will spawn down. Like when you get the Archmage, then you can deal with lead balloons with the wizards. Actually, sorry, take that back actually. The Arcane Spike does plasma damage rather than energy damage, but for these early rounds, this is the only way in which we can pop lead balloons, sorry, with the middle path wizard here. There's also the Crusher, but we can't always rely on it. One time we can unleash his fury down every few minutes. Wise to let regrow balloons go up to a Wall of Fire if there's not too many of them, so that we can deal with all of them in one blow rather than creating a regrow farm with the downdraft, in which we're going to get at some point. Let's get downdraft now, and we do have the occasional moment where balloons are going to be blown back, and the blowback rate only gets better when you get support Chinook, and it goes from there. Also, when you get Special Poperations, the movement speed of the helicopter increases as well. It gets turbo jets rather than bigger jets. Deal with the camo regrow greens with the heli, and hopefully everything else can be taken care of with either the wizard or the heli. By keeping the wizard at a 1-2-0, we still can't afford Special Poperations right off the bat on round 59, but during round 59, that's where we're going to be able to afford Special Poperations, which is why we're not increasing the tiers of our wizard any further. Like I would like to, but we just can't financially afford it. And there goes the rest of round 39, now on round 40 with the single Moab here. Just keep the heli over the Moab-class balloon there, and the rest will be history from there. In the later rounds, support Chinook will be able to do more damage, but it's going to be a pretty tricky 50s, let's just say that. This run shares a common theme with Permacharge Ultra Boost, if you ever watched that video that I did a little bit of time ago, as of the time of this recording, where The mid-50s are gonna be the absolute biggest pain in the butt ever. Oh yeah, regrow balloons. I shouldn't really enable these to multiply to such a stupid level. Just like, oh my god, camo yellows. Of course it would be. Yeah, I should allow the regrow balloons to go up here, and then everything else can be dealt with from there. But I honestly need the support Chinook upgrade, thank you. And we have a bigger blowback pierce now. The reason why I prefer the 052 special preparations over the 150 is because the faster darts and faster firing also benefits the Marine here, but you got to be able to actually get to a point where you can actually afford special preparations in the first place, and I would love to not need quad darts, but we need quad darts, because quad darts only benefits for heli and nothing else. Imagine if, imagine you get quad darts and then the Marine just has 2 machine guns and it fires out dual wielded. Oh yeah, the true nature of America. Also, these fortified lead balloons, welcome to my wall of fire. It is no ring of fire like Johnny Cash, but it will do. There are certain rounds in the 50s which are going to have a bunch of ceramics, which we need to do a lot of chip damage towards with our helicopter. And then our wall of fire, hopefully we'll be able to finish them off or do enough damage so that then it doesn't create a pierce crisis where we're unable to pop everything and not able to pop everything in accordance with the blowback of the helicopter itself. Hope you're taking on board on what I'm saying, all that jazz. Also, round 49 can be a little bit of an issue. This is just a teaser of what's to come. We're doing damage to these regrows, but we're just not doing enough damage to them, and we keep popping too many. We keep popping too many different ones, but we managed to get there in the end. Not the results that I wanted, because I need to use the crusher some point throughout the round, but it is what it is, as they say. Now we've got to deal with all these spaced out ceramics. Honestly, I prefer them spaced out than all clumped up together, which is what round 54 is going to bring us. A bunch of clumped up ceramics, which we're definitely going to be pierce capped on. Okay. The rest of the round should go quite smoothly here. Have our heli on the Moab there, and then blow everything back. Hopefully multiple times, even more multiple times actually, into the wall of fire. And we're going to need to solo all of these camo ceramics with just our heli, but does surprisingly good damage against... Oh, great. There's all these regrow balloons. Are we going to be able to deal with them all? Hopefully, I think that is... Imagine if one yellow balloon just snuck through there and went past my blowback. Camo pinks, not a problem whatsoever. It's the Moabs which are the main threat, so just keep your heli aligned with the frontmost Moab, and just ensure that you keep doing chip damage away at the Moab class balloon's health. And then just focus on the next one. Our wall of fire should be able to take care of the rest of what's inside the Moab, aside for ceramics. And that should be good. Let's have the last one over here. And that's round 53 dealt with. But what about round 54 with all these bunched up ceramics? No, I think they're spaced out, yes, but... this is going to be the beginning of our peril. Just look at all of the opposition that we're up against. Too many balloons to try and deal with here. Nah, this is going to take some microing. Holy crap. Somehow that was possible. Round 55. Another arduous round. Let's see what we can do up against this lot. We need to chip away at all these ceramics as much as we can so that our wall of fire can do some work later on. But it's just a matter of trying to get this all done and dusted in one foul swoop and being able to deal with everything that's on here and not letting a goddamn single balloon go through our blowback. Okay, I'm not going to try and talk. I'm not going to try and talk. Every time I've talked when we got to a point like this, I mucked it up and a yellow balloon just sneaked past. Please. There we go. That's round 55. Thank goodness. I don't care if all of the balloons on this round are camouflaged. At least they're not got the ceramic layer on them and they're just rainbows. I'm all happy about that. Can just use a crusher if I feel like there's any point. I guess we're speaking too soon, aren't we? Yeah, this should not be as difficult as round 55, for goodness sakes. All it is just a bunch of camo rainbows. Nothing to worry about. As long as I don't go through my blowback, I should be fine. But there's still a little problem of the Moab on our hands here, which luckily our wizard can damage. That's all of the camo balloons dealt with. Now it's just the rest of a round here to deal with, and there goes round 56. Now round 57 presents its own problems. We need to deal with the Moab so that then the ceramics inside can then be blown back and be dealt damage with more distribution wise, because of the fact that there are now many elements rather than just one element. Okay, I need to focus on the frontmost balloons here, but I still need to focus on the Moabs at some point. Don't go for the wall of fire, please. I cannot afford at this point to keep up with pink balloons and make it too far into the map. Otherwise, I just cannot keep up with them. Do not go past my defenses. There's a severe lack of balloons here, I know, but I don't want them to go through zebra balloons. No, 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 no. Do not go beneath my heli. And there goes round 57, for goodness sakes. Okay, so spaced out ceramics. I prefer this than the clumped up ones that round 55 presented, but we still need to be able to deal with the Moabs as a priority. If they make it too far to the map, we just simply cannot then pop them with our helicopter, which is our main Moab damage dealer right about now. Yes, our support Chinook on round 58 is our main source of damage against Moab class balloons. Can you think of that as a possible scenario? Okay, we need to start dealing damage to these Moabs soon, otherwise they're just going to be a spot where we cannot then deal with all of them. Please be blown back to the earlier parts of the map, please. Okay, there goes the fourth Moab of the round. It's just the insides which give me a little bit of cause of concern, and now this last Moab here. Oh my gosh, it's really far into the map. Please pop it, thank goodness for that. But okay, let's just keep it so that it's aiming. Please aim to the right and not what's up near the beginning of the track. That doesn't matter. Okay, round 59. This is where we get our spells. So ourselves, not our spells. I mean, we do have spells in the form of wizard. Ourselves, the special poperations. There we go. All we need to do now is click 3 and the balloons are toasted. Wall of fire toasted. Oh my god. This run is now completed. Well, we need to obviously afford our wizard upgrades. Actually, let's move our wizard up here now, just so that we don't need to deal with that later on. So special populations on these boxes are going to be these crates are going to be incredibly helpful. They're the 024 kind of tarts, and they just completely soak up round 63. Like if there's absolutely nothing. Actually, let's move this over here so it reaches the leftmost part of the track a bit more. The earlier segment. If I can do this picture perfect, that would be great. Anyways, I'm wasting too much time here. You know that round 63 is now done and dusted. Round 76 just absolutely obliterates that round. You could even afford to make a few mistakes when it comes to the blowbacks of the heli, just because the Marines themselves just have so much pierce to their machine gun. Round 78. What can we do to this particular round? Obliteration of the ceramics. I'll put you on strong so that you deal with the Moabs inside, and then our helicopter Marines can take care of any purple issues that you may have. Your wizard, Harry. There goes round 78. Also, we named our helicopter Heli Pilot, because I think that sounds cool. How dare you think it doesn't sound cool? We even deployed pirates in the suits of Marines. Yes, they are pirates disguised as Marines. They have the training of Marines, but are still in their heart looters to the end, looters to their core, and will always hunt for that treasure chest, also known as the booty. There goes round 79 with all of their remnants. Now round 80. We are 3k. Oh, actually, let's have a look at this. 2,890 away, if my math is working out, which is probably is not. But nonetheless, we are very close. Actually, I'm going to set the water fire up here, just so that by default I don't need to think about that later on. Yes, yeah, we can't really stick with just the arcane spike. Like, I think that would be a new 2TC, the special populations and arcane spike, but the only issue is our arcane spike not being able to deal damage against camo balloons without some form of camo dejection. And here is the Archmage. Our setup is complete. Now, I could move around our Archmage, but this is honestly a really good spot for clearing up balloons when our Marines have kind of run out of range. Because I'd like to use this box and this box as our main deployment zones for our Marines here, just so that we can deal with these balloons accordingly. In my head, that is. I have a plan. But that plan sometimes does not always go well. Dearie me. I think the last time I did a special population scenario was actually the, I'm thinking now, it was probably a super brittle special populations, but I somehow got the OG for. The OG meaning original two-tower chimps. Yeah, the Marines are just causing absolute havoc. In some ways, the special populations honestly the best of the helicopters, but I just think for just sheer consistency's sake, I just really prefer like Apache Prime and even like Comanche Commander, honestly. But when it just comes to damaging everything, you can be assured that the Marines somehow have the ammo capacity to be able to deal damage to DDTs, whereas the other two helicopter crosspowers either cannot damage them or cannot fully damage them with all of their projectiles. And sometimes this is a stalling mechanic. I swear it is a feature in the game. That feature being letting your abilities grow back to be able to be activated again by using the blowback of your middle path helicopter there. Sometimes that is an ingenious strategy to be able to get through some of the later rounds in chimps, even like in normal scenarios. Not popping everything, but stalling stuff so that then you can have your abilities up and running. Because there are a lot of runs which are so ability reliant, and being able to find a way to slow down balloons or just chuck balloons back so that you can get your abilities back, that is incredibly vital towards like the more difficult maps in chimps to try. Sorry, the more difficult maps in Balloons Tower Defense 6 to be able to do chimps on. And yeah, I'm probably not the best person to give advice on expert map chimps, simply because I am nowhere near good enough at this game in order to actually do expert level chimps on, honestly. Just don't ask me for advice in order to go through those scenarios. I see people putting down like a load of monkey villages with discounts on them, and I just think, well, that's just a waste of money. And I remember, like, you do sometimes save a lot of money by placing down multiple villages of that kind of thing. But and he was like, every single kind of start on an expert difficulty map chimps always has like the triple dark start, and with the possible section of like Dark Castle, where you also like can start with a submarine and a dark monkey. But it's like almost all scenarios you do a triple dark start, and it's just like, oh well, how did you start on your time on workshop? Triple dark start. What about Glacial Trail? Triple Dark Star. Oh, what about Dark Dungeons? Triple Dark Star. Quad? Triple Dark Star. Ouch! Triple Dark Star. But it just comes to a point where it feels like the strategies to come up with the early rounds are just so unintuitive and uninspiring. But it's like, sometimes there's only one way of getting through a scenario, which I can't blame if it is like a one-trick pony sort of thing. And then this also comes to the fact of some people being able to do 2 mega pops with a particular tower on an expert map. And I'm like, how the fudge are you able to do that? Round 94 cleared. Now round 95, our Archmage needs a little bit of support when it comes to the purple issue, but no matter. We have a helicopter and our marines here to deal the damage. Strong bet. We're actually going to have our heli at the back here. We deploy a marine down over here. Luckily, our marine at the front there is doing a bit of shit damage and all that jazz here. We need a marine up here for the rest of round 95. Even though our Archmage is very powerful, its power is only limited. Whereas to plug that gap, we need our marines. Our Space Marines. Just hope, unlike Space Marines, these Marines don't become heretical and start shooting at your desktop. Oh dear, no. We will no longer follow the commands of our monkey overlords. We have turned traitor. And no, not to the balloons, but our own faction. The Chaos Monkey faction. Oh dear, that's where the vengeful true sun god has gone. And I know that's sacrilegious to say. How dare thee be turned to the forces of chaos? They are just vengeful. They are not evil. Vengeful and evil are 2 different things, and we can have the Archmage and a Marine on that crate at the same time. That's brilliant. All of the power which we could possibly have at our fingertips. Let's put the Marine over here in preparation for round 98. There we go, that's round 98 sorted. Now round 99 with all of these fortified units. This is going to be really interesting. Hopefully don't run out of Marie. Oh my, no. Oh. Is this actually going to work, honestly? Oh, that timing, that could actually kick us in the face. Finally! Thank you. Oh, so scared I couldn't get through round 99. Bloody hate fortified DDTs with passion. Just because it feels like you do no damage against them whatsoever, despite having a projectile that can damage them. It's just their fortified nature that makes them absolute ass to deal with. Okay, round 100. These DDTs on this particular round should not be an absolute bane to one's existence to try and deal with, because they are not fortified. They have just over 50% of the health of which they normally have, just because of the scaling in free play. Okay, hopefully this should go down soon. Good. Let's put the next marine over here, and that deals with everything. 1-0, but what on earth was his total damage? Powers used, none. Instas, obviously, none. So, what? The stats were wonked. Oh, my goodness sake. We definitely spent stuff. For goodness sakes. What is this? Towers play? I've placed 2 towers, definitely. And we definitely spent some cash here. You can calculate the amount that we have from our remaining funding pool here. I knew something was offering 8 of them. What? I knew I'd put more than 8 BF. Oh, like, what is the scenario, honestly? Archmage, like, those stats are wonk. Like, I don't know what's up with Balloons Tower Defense 6 at the moment, but those stats are absolutely wonk. You can tell that from these bobs, I definitely done the old legitimate thing. Yeah, congratulations, completed 2 tower gyms, Archmage and special operations. I've done it, and this is, by the way, my own challenge. So yeah, and look on the rules, there's nothing that's changed, no modifiers, no everything's default. I always put double cast disabled for some reason, but that was definitely a legit run, despite the fact that those stats at the end look so wonk. It's like you had a 0 tower chimps. Congratulations, everybody. 2 tower chimps is now ruined because of this run. I did the impossible of 0 tower chimps. There shall be no more 2 tower chimps or 1 tower chimps, because 0 tower chimps is the ultimate prize. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of this scenario down in the comment sections below here, and let me know what you thought of this video, aside from my rant and raving of the mid rounds of end round 99. Yeah, I honestly was scared on round 99, but I think it just is down to your microing of where your heli is and where you deploy your marine down, and where your Archmage is facing at sometimes, or it depends on which hat this monkey is wearing at this given point in time. But those stats at the end were incredibly weird. Like, I don't know how that came to be, honestly, because you saw me do that entire run there and only counted for some things there. So I imagine at some point when the game, well, when I failed a particular round, the game kind of resets certain stats throughout the run there. I don't know why that happened, but just take it from me that this happened because of the fact that we was given a code. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone, and take care of yourselves.